back. So no, I didn't record yet. I did a whole bunch of stuff in between that time. Um, but now I'm kind of ready. I don't have. I need some. I wonder what people be using to like clean their camera lenses and stuff. Maybe is it just the same eyeglass spray? Cause I was shooting and there was these. Oh, I got some Q-tips. Maybe I should use a Q-tip. I have lens cleaner. I just don't know. Okay, so let's go through my go-to. I want to go through my list. And I don't even have like a written out list that I use when I'm shooting. But today we gonna use our Sony instead of shooting it on the phone. So I got my Sony. I just need to clean that lens off because when I shot a couple of weeks ago, it's like you seen this like little flare, whatever it was. I got my Sony lens. I'm not like one of those big camera girls, or this is a Sigma lens. It's a 16 millimeter 1 and 1.4. Yeah, I don't know what all that stuff means. So I'm not even gonna lie to y'all and act like I do. But this the lens that I'm using. It just give me a good shot. So we're gonna use it. Then I have my tripod. This is my tripod that I'm. So the tripod that the phone is sitting on right now is the tripod that I use. I actually have a 360 attached to it where it can go like in both. I mean, in every direction or whatever. But I'm not using that feature today because I'm just showing y'all the behind the scenes of me setting up to actually record the show. So like I told y'all, I'm gonna do a 7-part series. It might be more than that. I don't know if we're gonna bring guests on to like talk through what some of their issues are. Maybe we will. Like I'm still just figuring it out. Like I said, I just had the idea a couple of hours ago. But this what I mean when I say execution in real time, right? And so I'm always pushing to y'all execute, execute, execute. But this is what I mean. Like oftentimes as business owners, as entrepreneurs, we get an idea and we sit on it. We gotta make it perfect. And it's like the truth is there's no such thing as a perfect idea. Our goal is to produce a cash flow, to bring more awareness to our business, to serve, you get what I'm saying, whether it's through a product or through a service. And knowing these things, it's like people are not gonna wait around. If they get paid on Friday and they ready to spend their money on Friday and to buy that bundle of hair or to book that coaching call, they want to spend it on that Friday. And so you have to be prepared. And so the reason why, there's a lot of reasons why as entrepreneurs we don't be prepared, but one of the biggest reasons why is because we failed to execute. And so what I'm showing between the last story and this story and what we're about to produce is in real time, like we gotta execute. Yeah, we can get our work done, we can do client projects, whatever, but we have to execute on our ideas, otherwise they just sit there. And so I went and I threw on the dress, I pulled a dress out of my closet, threw it on. This is what we gonna wear. Normally I would do like a TCM shirt or something, but I don't have one clean, so here we go. Threw a necklace on, threw my hair in a ponytail. I have my whiteboard right here. It's still, I gotta clean it because it still got everything on there from my brain dump session. But I have my whiteboard, and now we're pulling out our tools. And so a lot of things are happening at one time, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just put you up on this as a business owner, right? And so like with social media, we often be like, you know, why should I post? That's not where my audience is and all of that. Well, we know that we can expand beyond that 3 mile radius when we open up our platforms and our products and our services to people on a social media platform. So that's for one, right? But also like when we talk monetization and stuff like that, it's important to show the process. Like people want to know your behind the scenes. People want to know like what did it take for you to get there and so forth. So I'm just rambling. I'm supposed to be showing y'all this. Hold on one second. I'm not rambling. I know I'm saying some things, but I just want to do something real quick. I had to get me up on the screen because I needed to make sure, I needed to see one on a tablet. We're gonna look at what we look like or whatever on the screen. So our tablet we have, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. This actually serves two purposes. It serves one purpose because it's a monitor, even though my camera actually has a monitor on it. So it has like this piece on there. So like while I'm recording, I'll be able to see myself to make sure I'm positioned right in the camera. But I can see like this YouTube piece and I can do what I'm doing instead of like having to keep turning. But also our watch hours. Like I told before, so with YouTube, their features have changed a lot over time. And so where they are now, you can actually monetize on YouTube by having 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. There's a lot of different combinations of ways you can get it, but that's the one that I'm shooting for. So 3,000 watch hours. So when you go live, right, you automatically get watch hours when people are tuning in, watching it, viewing it. So double purpose. This is my monitor. This is also me gaining watch hours to help me meet my monetization on YouTube. So just a little gem there. So I told y'all the cameras. I got my Cinca. So I didn't do a good job doing the unboxing video on these, y'all. So I guess this will serve as a double whammy because y'all watching me get ready to do the recording, but then you also like are seeing the things that I use. So I do have, like, I know we go crazy over the little Amazon mics and stuff like that, especially as content creators and things like that. And we do the one that we just plug into the phone. And it gets the job done. Like, not gonna lie, I still use mine. And I also have this mic that I use sometimes. This is my little bag. I have a YouTube bag. I got this from Wallo267 had through an event here in Houston. And it was a private event or an invite-only event. And he gave away like a lot of little knickknacks. And the bag was one. So now I use it as my media bag. I have like an old mic, y'all. Oh, here it is. It's a little tangle. I need to, well, my professor would not like this if they seen the way I got these wires tied up, my media professor. But anyways, I have the little mic, if I could untangle it. I got a couple of little mics. Okay, so they're called Lavalier mics. I just pulled the thing off. Oh, here we go. So I have this one. And it's the one, y'all probably seen me like do my shorts and stuff with this one. But you have to plug it up. You plug it up into the phone and you can like hook it on them. But it's pretty long. It got some distance on it. It just has like the little jack piece or whatever. So you got this one. And then I have another one that I used to use. And then the plug-in ones that I use on the mobile, like on the mobile part. But these right here, baby, I shot content for a client. Now you do have to be, I shot it for a client, but then I also did some content for myself, like the scale your content class that we're probably going to put on a replay on our website. I shot using these mics and I loved it. Like I loved it. I can hook these up and I can literally go outside and around the corner and y'all still gonna hear me clear as day. So I really, really love these. They had, and I'm gonna open it up. I know I'm building suspense, y'all. Not on purpose, but like I really want to show y'all, but I just got a lot to say. So before, the ones I truly wanted, they have a version of these that has the recorder, the voice recorder built in it, and it records up to 8 hours of your content. And that is what that's a couple more clients and we're gonna be there, right? But this is what it came. It came with this case. The case is not a charging case. The other one comes with a charging case. And this is what they look like. It's 3 of them. It also comes with a charger that has 3 pieces. And again, the difference between this one and the other one is you don't have a charger where you got to plug up. You have a charging case, actually. This is my receiver. So my receiver, I'm going to do it in real time. But my receiver gets hooked up to my camera. And then I have 2 transmitters. Of course, today we're only going to use one, but the transmitters are for like if I was doing a 2-person show, if I was recording 2 different people, if I'm doing an interview and I want to mic me and mic my subject, things of that nature. It also comes, I don't know the technical term for these. I know it, but I can't remember it, so I guess I don't know it because I don't remember it in this moment. But I know that they're to stop the wind and picking up like the wind on the mic. So it comes with these ones. I actually use those. I call them a cat tail because that's what it looks like. It comes with the little scratchy pieces from like the other Lavalier mic, and then it also has like the clip-on pieces. But Okay, so let's get into it. So, boom. Oh, you're also gonna need your memory card. And so if anybody was like taking notes and like, hey, what do I need? You don't need any of this stuff. You can shoot what I'm about to shoot on your camera. You can shoot your podcast on your camera. You can shoot an interview on your camera, like your phone camera. It doesn't matter. I do recommend having mics instead of using just your camera audio, but you can get one of those like $10, $20 microphones from Five Below or Amazon, plug it into your mic, set your phone up. You don't want to do the view that you see right now on the screen. You want to be able to turn your phone and do the landscape view, especially when you're posting it to something like YouTube. But if you're not going to use long form content or post it to YouTube or anything like that, and you're just going to keep it in this 9:16 frame, then you can keep it up. But simply put, mics, phone, that's all you need if you're trying to record content, do a podcast, record any of those, like that's all you need. And you can do that and still effectively like stream your podcast, upload it to distribution sites, have it on Apple Music, all of those things. But again, that's another conversation for another day. Because I'm working on leveling up my content, I'm going to be using the camera today. And so like I said, I have the Sony, I have the 16mm lens, and then I also have my SD card. This one is a 256 gigabyte. But what I want to tell y'all is that if you're going to use an SD card and you're going to be recording video, make sure you find one that has the V30 on there. And like that the writing speed is correct. There's a video, I'll try to find it. Let me just show y'all what this one look like, or try to at least. I don't know. I'll probably have to post it in the description. There's a video on YouTube. I'll try to find it and post it in the link or whatever. But that is the video that I watched to help me understand which SD cards. Now let me tell you, if you shoot on a camera, this is why your SD card is important, and getting the correct SD card is important. It's extremely important because if you get the wrong one and you record your video on there and then you try to upload that video to like your camera, or I mean not your camera but your computer, or even send it to your phone, it might not send if it wasn't written right or any of those things. Like basically if it didn't record onto the SD card right, you're not going to be able to remove it from the SD card onto a file that's usable, onto the computer with a file that's usable. So you also want to be mindful in that area when it comes to your SD cards. All right, so that's that. All right, so let's get into it. Boom. We're gonna open up our SD card. We're not opening up our SD card, we're opening up our camera. And I say all this to say, like, execute. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to have it all figured out. Like, at one point in time, I had a producer. Like, I used to pay someone to. I'm having a slow moment. Okay, there we go. I don't know if anybody didn't know how to put an SD card in, but if y'all didn't, I guess I could replay that. So in the back of my camera where my battery piece is, this slot is for the SD card, and it faces this way with the sensor. You always want to try not to touch that piece because it get weird. And you just click it in there, and that's it. Now I really pray that my lens is lensing today. I probably shouldn't be lazy and go upstairs, and I should go and get a Q-tip to clean my lens. I'm not gonna lie. You should not use your dress or anything else to clean your lens. Please do not try this at home, kids. Because I don't want you. I shot all of that and it looked like there was a spot on the screen. Well, do as I say, not as I do, okay? No, for real. If the first episode is a little blurry, it's because I was lazy. And you shouldn't be lazy for this exact reason. When we be lazy, when we cut corners, another jump. When you're lazy, when you cut corners, when you do any of those things, guess what? You also open yourself up for, I'll go back and show you that. You open yourself up for having to spend more time and more money on solving the problem instead of just doing it right the first time. Dang. Oh my God. I'm saying all of this and it's making me want to go upstairs and get the Q-tip. Okay, I gotta leave by example. I can't just say it. I'll be right back. If y'all leave, but I'll be right back. Oh, why am I like this? Why am I like this? I'm back. Oh, y'all stayed and y'all brought good friends with y'all. I love y'all, troops. Okay, so this is what I mean. Leading by example. And now I'm like, I'm out of breath, and I'm supposed to be inside of a gym somewhere. We'll be working on it. But I had to lead by example. I cannot be that person that's on here preaching to y'all about doing something and then not doing it. The reason why I ran up there, I went to go get my lens cleanser and 2 Q-tips. The lens cleanser just came from Dollar Tree. Same thing I use to clean my glasses. And so I'm just about to use it to clean the lens on my camera. Why am I doing this? I told y'all already. Because we want our shot to be perfect. Now you want to try not to touch your sensors or anything like that. But it was all type of stuff on my camera lens, or the mirror part. Excuse me. Okay. Now once this is cleaned, I feel so much better. I'm so proud of myself. Oh shit, I'm over here breaking stuff. I cursed a lot, but I'm working on it. And we want to monetize our YouTube, so we don't want to just be them girls that's on here cussing, okay, troops? But if you hear F-bomb and you're offended, how bad? This might not be the place for you. Okay. Alright. Now that that's done, as I was saying, I guess I'm going to give it a second to kind of dry or whatever. This little white piece on the camera there's a white piece that's on the lens, and they all are like essentially the same, I believe. But again, I'm not the camera person, so don't quote me on that. Just a regular little business owner here. Ain't nothing little about me, but you get what I'm saying. Making some content. Okay, and so this piece right here is for my tripod. Well, it's for the camera, and it's for the camera so that the camera can go onto the tripod. So this piece, we take it to the bottom of our camera, and this allows us to host it on anything. Now, this is like for my DIYers who's like, look, I don't have it, or I'm not ready to spend it on a photographer, videographer, any of those things, but I need to get my content, I'm ready to upgrade, blah, 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 blah. You can go ahead and get you one of these. Okay. And no, I'm not sponsored by Sony or any of them. Like, this is just all me. Alright. I'm going to actually put it on the tripod first. And then, I don't know how to show y'all this part, but okay. I'll be messing this part up, I'm not going to lie. Is my piece good? Wait, it got one of these ways. It's like this little lock piece. Okay, there you go. So, how can I show y'all that? Boom. The tripod, the camera is on the tripod and it's not going anywhere. It's a dangerous game. Don't try this at home, kids. But, there we go. And this piece right here is adjustable. So, this got a little slidey piece on there, and the slidey piece it clamps on to this piece. I have to do a whole nother tutorial to show y'all that. I'm not taking it back off. It really do be difficult for me to do it. I got the air on. Why am I sweating? I think that's all y'all need to know about this though. This little ball, I guess this will be beneficial if you got a tripod at home. This little leveler, there's one here and there's one here. I love my tripods with the leveler because that is letting me know if it's straight or not. And so now my video ain't looking like this and looking like that. It's going to be straight. How do you know? If the bubble is in the middle. When the bubble is in the middle, that's how you know. All right, let's see. Back at it. Remember this piece? We already talked about it being a receiver. I still got my little plastic piece on there. We don't need y'all fingerprints on there. Y'all being me. Oh, these have like a headphone monitor on there, so there's actually a way that you can monitor the audio levels. But on here, and I'm gonna show y'all in a second, it also shows you the audio levels. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece. Wait, that piece goes into the camera. It's labeled like one piece to tell you like, okay, this go into the mic, this go into the what's the name? So you put the in the out jack, you plug this cord up, and then you take this piece and you plug it inside of the camera, and you plug it into the microphone piece. Boom. And it goes right here. And this I normally just clip right here. I'm actually gonna clip it this way to make sure that that I can see it, so I can check my audio levels while I'm recording. So all of this is a DIY recording. Like I said, I back at home. So for those of you who don't know, I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I moved to Houston, Texas about a year ago. There's a story time that's on my YouTube that actually talks about the experience or whatever, and it's also on my Instagram. But relocated here, but at home I actually used to pay for a producer to like record my podcast and things like that. Do I think that's beneficial? I do think it saves a lot of time for you as the creator when you outsource it. So if you could just go somewhere and all you have to do is sit there and be the talent, then it's on someone else to do your editing and like get you your reels and all of that. I do find that to be beneficial. I just think you should gauge it by where you are as a business owner. Do you have the extra finances to pay for it? I believe I was paying about like $500 for 7 episodes. And it just kept repeating on a cycle. But is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. It saves you time. I believe in delegating. But also for some things, like, you really can do it yourself. You don't have to go that way. So the best way or the best piece of advice that I would give to be able to gauge it is that if you're not doing it because you don't have a producer or you can't afford a producer or something of that nature, then you're just making excuses, and you need to pull the phone out, pull the mic out, pull the camera out, whatever it is, and talk about your business, talk about your brand, grow your business. How do I know it exists? How do I know you exist? How do I know what it is that you have to offer if you are not talking about it, if you are not telling me about it, if you are not showing me the experience behind it, which is, again, going back into the show that we're about to record, is that was my mindset when it came to it. Was like, yo, people need to see the real experiences of being a business owner and an entrepreneur. Like, people need to see that it's not all sunshine and roses all the time, that sometimes you drop the ball, sometimes clients, don't care for the work that you're doing for them, sometimes you lose a lot of money, you lose a lot of energy, time, people that you love, relationships, all type of things. There's a plethora of emotions and things that you go through when it comes to being a business owner or an entrepreneur. And so, like, that is the highlight of it. That's the whole thing. It's like literally diving into some of those scenarios. And even allowing other business owners, and even like we might get to a point to where my clients are coming on and like having those real life conversations. But the goal of it is to help us grow as business owners, as a collective, not just me, myself, but others as well. There's a lot of service providers out there that are dropping the ball. Like, you're taking on clients, you're not completing projects, you're not communicating, like all of these different things. And it's, as a whole, like, we fucking up as a whole, y'all. And we gotta get that right. We can't be like people trusting us with graphics or websites or a social media post or any of these things. We can't be the people who are dropping the ball or saying like, hey, I didn't do this because. Now, there's ways to gauge it, and we'll kind of dive into that through the show. Like, there's ways to gauge it. There's ways to say like, hey, I'm only going to take on this amount of clients until I scale my business. But yeah, I say all of that to say is like, we got to do the work. And I think the only way we're going to truly do the work is if one of us stop for a moment and call us all out and say, yo, we got to improve this, because the service-based industry is, especially when it comes to business and graphics and things of that nature, or anything that's tech or management wise, like, we're getting a bad rep, and it's making all of us look bad, and it makes business hard for all of us. So if we could show people that, hey, we acknowledge it, we're putting short-term things in place and then long-term things in place to solve these issues so they don't be a reoccurring thing, then we're gonna get somewhere. I do have like these are auto starters for like when you plug it up and you can just hit start and all of that stuff, but we don't need any of that today. We're gonna take a transmitter out. We're gonna take this out and mic up. Oh, I'll show y'all what this looks like when you listen to it. And these don't just like, oh, go on and pop off or whatever. They like twist onto here. So you twist it on and it's not gonna just like, oh, go anywhere. So I'm going to, it has a mute feature on here. So like if I ever want to just mute my mic, I can mute my mic. This is the charger piece, the mic piece. Like if I wanted to hook up another microphone inside of there. And then, yeah, okay, so boom. So let's turn it on. We're going to hold our power button. We're going to turn on our receiver. I'm going to unhook it so y'all can see. But this, we gotta stretch it a bit. So they look like this. And if you notice, let me see, I'm gonna try to get a little closer. So as I'm talking, you see it, right? And now let me tell you how to gauge this really quickly. I know it got like a little glare on there, but just bear with me. So here's the thing. So as you see, I'm talking, this is like a kind of normal tone, but like when I speak, my voice tends to raise because I get very passionate and excited about what I'm saying. So like if I'm in the midst of recording, my voice 9 times out of 10 is going up like this. But what I want you to pay attention to is that this is my transmitter. It's showing that my audio levels. The green is good. The yellow is okay. The red is we're too hot. Like we need to be quiet. We need to bring it down or move it away from your mouth or whatever the case may be. Now, because mine is going to go right here like in my bosoms kind of, or maybe on the side, somewhere like that, whatever. But again, like I said, my voice naturally raises as I'm recording. So I know that I can't stay on this level or whatever. My receiver is going to show me my audio level as well. So typically if there's someone else recording for you, right, then they will be able to motion to you behind the camera or whatever, like, you know, bring it down or however that may go, whatever that signal is. If you're recording yourself, you're going to be able to see it. That's why I said I switched my receiver in a way where I can see it. So like I guess I can show y'all. So this is what it looks like facing me, but it'll face me. And then my monitor piece, once that's out, and I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it on, but my monitor piece comes up. And so this allows me, this is what it'll look like to me as I'm sitting here getting ready to record. But, okay, what was I doing? Okay, let me put this stuff up. Clear space. And yes, I'm gonna record right here on my couch. Like I'm not really about to do anything fancy or anything like that. I think the what is that? It's not a painting. Is it a painting? It's not really a painting. It's wall art. I'm gonna call it wall art. So the wall art is enough. And then I have the whiteboard, but the whiteboard you'll be able to see in the frame. I think somewhere along the lines, we'll end up using the whiteboard, or that might honestly just be a whole nother series in itself, because that's the way my brain works. But either way, we got the whiteboard there, and it's for aesthetics, and because if you know me, you know, like me and the whiteboard is like a kid in a candy store. So there's that. If y'all got questions about setup, about executing on your ideas or any of that, you can drop them in the comments, or you can always, on my website, 500lives.shop, there's a live chat box where you can always tune in, ask immediate questions. Some things you might actually get referred to, like, hey, book a strategy call. But for the most part, we're really good at, if you ask a general question in a chat box, with just answering it and not giving, you know, too much static behind it. I don't recommend that you just throw stuff onto your other couch. This is my ghetto way of doing it. I probably should get some little pillows or something and make it really cute. I don't know. We're not gonna do all of that on this first one, but that's a thing. We're gonna probably have to do that. At the bottom of your tripod, I don't know how this turned into a lesson about the camera. I guess I said I was showing y'all my setup, but I didn't think I was gonna sit here and what's the name of it, but whatever. The bottom of the tripod, there's these little clamp thingies, and that is to adjust your height. The height of your tripod. You don't necessarily have to do them in those ways that I just did it. It's actually best to do the bottom one first. Let me do it from the top and show y'all the right way, so I can stop. Let me stop being ghetto and show y'all the right way. So there's 2 levels to it, right? I'm gonna show y'all from the beginning. At these clamps at the bottom, there's 2 levels. There's 3 of them on here. There's 2 levels. You got this one, you got this one. Generally, most tripods are like that, like the one that the phone is sitting on, even though it doesn't open up